If you're wondering why we're talking about image generation websites today, it's because you can do a lot of things with image creation. Yeah, I know that ChatGPT has DALL-E 3 built into it, but DALL-E 3 isn't the best image generation tool that's out there right now. There's some really good free sites that we'll cover in this video that create very good images. Once you have those images, you can do anything from creating educational content to training videos to really about any other thing you can imagine. So looking at our outline, we're going to go over the top 3 artificial intelligence image generation sites that I want to talk about in the video. Each site is what I think is the best free tier to get you started, to help you learn things, and then you can decide from there which route you want to go. At least in the free tier, there is a way for you to earn daily credits, or you get a certain amount of free prompts per day. Once we cover the websites, I'll go over a couple of live examples for each one so you can see them in real time. And then we'll briefly discuss how you can take the images that you create and put them into a video or sound AI solution and take them to the next level. I'll be sure to leave you with some prompt resources, and then we'll do a quick wrap up and we're done. I will say that this will be the first video in a playlist that I'll create that'll show you how to generate images and then generate sound and then take those two things and create a video that you can then turn into educational content, training content, or really whatever you can imagine. Before we jump ahead to the image creation, there's a couple of things I wanted to go over about popular image and video aspect ratio sizes. In a lot of cases, the image and the video aspect ratio size are going to be the same. You're dealing with a YouTube thumbnail. You're dealing with a TikTok video. You're dealing with an Instagram, so on and so forth. And inside of these image generation sites, you get to select an image aspect ratio, and it's typically 16:9, which is a YouTube, or 9:16, which fits into a YouTube short, an Instagram post, or a TikTok post. Occasionally, you might use one of the other aspect ratios, but for the image generation sites and a lot of the video sites that I cover, you're either going to be working with 16:9 or 9:16. Without further ado, these are my top 3 image generation websites you see here on the screen. I'm going to discuss them in order. And if you want to know the link to the actual website, you can either Google them by name as you see them here, or I'll put links in the video description that you can easily click and follow. Each one of these websites gives you an easy on-ramp to signing up to it. Generally, you can either use an Outlook or a Gmail, or you can just create an email address. Ideaogram gives you 25 prompts a day to try your hand at image generation. That's a pretty generous allotment, and you can do a lot with 25 image prompts. Ideaogram also has some of the best image quality that's out there today, and it's one of the few, if not the only, image generator at this time that can actually get spelled text correctly so that you can make things like posters or infographics or other things. NightCafe is another interesting site. I like it because it has a good combination of image quality, free daily credits, and it has a very active and engaged user community. Leonardo AI is also highly popular. It creates great images. They have a lot of different image generation options. The other image generators will also give you options to create stuff in photorealistic or 3D or animated type formats, but you actually have to know how to do the text prompt to make that happen when you're generating the image. Leonardo AI, it's a drop-down list, and then all you're really worried about is your aspect ratio and your prompt. All right, on with the show. So here, this is a sample of Ideaogram AI. It's a photorealistic example. I wanted to create something funny, so I made an image with a prompt of a cat stealing some fish from a fish market and then getting chased down the street by the shop owner. As you can see, the cat has a fish in each hand, and the angry shop owner is right behind him. Moving on to Night Cafe, this is an example of a 3D image. And here I've got a couple of cats with a steampunk setting, and they are delivering pizzas to a downtown area. Let's hope those pizzas stay fresh, but I have a sneaking suspicion the cats will probably eat it before it gets delivered. Here we've got a realistic image created by Leonardo AI of a couple walking in a park somewhere. I decided to stay photorealistic for this example because I wanted to show y'all how realistic AI can generate human looking figures. This is pretty impressive here. And I say that because the earlier models of image generation that we dealt with over the past year and some change, one of the things that they really struggled with for nearly a year was basic human anatomy. So to be able to look at a photo now with this kind of quality and this level of detail and it's correct is a huge milestone compared to where we were in the not too distant past. So the first website that we come to is Ideaogram AI. Your basic option is to create an account, log in, and get started. If you want to look at the subscription plans really quick though, you can select pricing and then it'll take you to this page here. And as I mentioned earlier, you have your free tier at 0, which gives you 25 image prompts a day. That's pretty useful to have. Again, 25 prompts a day is a lot. If you decide that you want to do a little bit more with Ideagram, the entry level subscription is $7 a month. That's pretty cheap, and you get a whole lot of images. If you decide you want to do more with Ideagram, you can move up to the first subscription tier. You get 100 prompts per day to use, and then you have 400 high priority prompts, which can get you some better quality images at a faster rate. As I mentioned before, you can find an image that you like. You can click on it and it'll take you to a page that looks like this. And then over on the right hand side, you can actually see the prompt that was used to create the image that we're looking at right now. And you have this thing called prompt. And in this area, this is where you're going to enter your text. You're going to describe the image that you're looking to create, any details around it. And then you're going to state whether or not you want it in photorealistic quality or 3D or Pixar, so on and so forth. And then magic prompt. And what magic prompt does is it takes a look at what you originally wrote in your prompt up top, and then it tries to give you a refined version to help you come up with a better image. And so again, depending on what tier of user you are in the site, you either have access to magic prompt or you don't, or you have access to it at a certain level. As I mentioned earlier, you see the dimension size down here. It's set to a 916, and what that is that's an ideal image size for TikTok, Instagram, or a YouTube short. So you could take this photo and either put it in social media in one of those platforms to post, or you could take it and put it in something else to create a video or some other kind of inspiration, and then put it in social media at your leisure. If you wanted to take this prompt and use it yourself and create a similar image, you would go up here, you would hit the remix button, and then this window would pop up. And what you're seeing here is this is your image. You can make some edits to it, but I don't really recommend doing that. You can look at the prompt up here, and you can make any changes that you want to in the prompt. Or you could clear the prompt out and put in a new prompt while still using the image as some kind of inspiration to help the AI. What image weight does is it tells the AI how much of the original image it should use as a reference point when it creates your new image. So 50% means that it's going to take some guidance from the image that you've provided, And if you want less guidance, you're going to move the weight scale down to the left. And if you want more guidance, you're going to move it up. And what I'll tell you is the further you move that scale to 100, the more similar your new image is going to be to the existing image. And you can literally, at 100%, it's literally not going to make any changes other than very minor things that you may have included in your prompt. Down here at the bottom, you can tell the AI, do you want it to be photo quality, an illustration, 3D render, typography. That is an option if you want to have some wording attached to your image. So if you're making a poster or an info card or something like that, a t-shirt, a logo, you're going to want to make sure you have typography clicked. So you got cinematic, poster, and then if you hit the dot, 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 you have some additional options down here. So how you do this is you type your prompt up here, and then you click one of these. You can click more than one as well, but if you do too many, you're going to confuse the AI. So let's do a quick modification of this prompt and see what we get. Okay, so we've made a couple of minor changes to the prompt here. I have changed it to a unique wooden floor because I want to see what the AI comes up with. So we put that right there. And then I added a napkin is laying nearby. And I really didn't change anything else. Just two minor changes. What I'll say is don't worry about grammar in these prompts. You don't need to worry about correct grammar at all. Just type in how you're thinking. Maybe separate some thoughts with a comma, but you don't have to worry about being grammatically correct. And generally, you don't have to worry about spelling either. All right, so we're going to want photo quality, and we're going to add portrait photography because it'll just make the image higher quality. I'll use a 70% image weight, and then we'll see what happens. One thing about Ideagram is when it generates images, it always generates 4 samples. So you get 4 opportunities. 1, that helps the AI to refine itself. 2, it gives you some options because sometimes AI doesn't spit out the exact image that you want, but maybe 1 or 2 of them are sort of close. And so when that happens, you can then pick one of the options and then go remix that and then generate a new series of images. So over time, you can get enough samples that slowly improve to get the image that you want to get. We have a few images of the cat. I mean, in a way, they're all good. I think, to me, the image on the right, the AI literally took the prompt tuxedo cat and put the cat in a tuxedo. Maybe that's what I was looking for. Maybe it wasn't. It's eye of the beholder on that one. I do like the look on that cat's face. He looks like he viciously stole the pancake. The cat over here looks like it literally doesn't care. I'm not quite sure about that cat here. And then the cat over here on the left looks like he just stole it off the plate. But one thing to notice is remember what I did in the prompt. I told it to come up with a different wooden floor, and I told it to add a napkin. And so when we look at this, we see that that's what's happening here. You can see each wooden floor is a little bit different. And then the napkin is also there. In one photo, the napkin is with a fork. This one, it's a different color. This one, I can't really tell. And then there's 2 forks over here. If I wanted to continue to refine this image and try to get something better, then I would just click on one of them. I have a choice. I can keep the same prompt. I can move the image weight around, I can add to the prompt if I want to be a little more descriptive, but you know, I think in this one, I'll just keep it where it is and let's see what it generates. Now, one thing you notice, the mom is different in each photo and the kid is different. So AI, there's a way to produce consistent characters with AI, and we can make a separate video on that later. But for right now, just understand that unless you deliberately tell the AI to keep consistent characters, then you're likely to get a different looking person, a different looking animal, unless you've been really specific. All right, so let's go generate an image really quick so you can kind of see how that goes. All right, so we're going to take a prompt here that any of us can relate to. It's a photo of a modern office with a diverse set of employees who are in a conference room. They're having a birthday celebration. There's a lot of presents around. The employees are happy. And in the center, the birthday person is a female employee dressed in business casual attire. Her hair has a brunette color, and she's looking at some birthday cake. We're going to pick a 16:9 aspect ratio. Again, those are great for YouTube thumbnails or YouTube videos, particularly if you're trying to do wider angle pictures where you want to have a good view, or you have a lot of people, or you're really trying to take in the scenery. 16:9 is really the way to go. All right, we're going to select photo quality and portrait photography. So here you see the AI actually generating the image in real time. All right, here we go. So let's take a look at them. All right, that looks pretty realistic. Most people would take a quick glance at that and go, yeah, that's the ticket right there. But you want to be careful, particularly if you're going to use this photo for some kind of company publication or company video, or somewhere people are going to be looking at it for several seconds to a minute or more. And the reason I say that is because when you look over here, this lady right here, her hands don't quite look normal. And this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, where AI still, to some extent, struggles with correct anatomy. Now, if you were just going to put this in a YouTube video, or you were going to take some of this and you were going to edit the image to maybe cut some people out, then this is perfectly fine. I like 70% remixes on Ideagram because it mostly gives you the same image, but it's going to make minor adjustments to it. This is generation number 5. So if we were on the free plan, we've used 5 prompts. I would probably take this one. That guy's hands look a little off, but it's not in the realm of impossibility. When you go to Night Cafe, this is the page you're going to see. So you've got this nice hero image. It's not always astronauts. Sometimes it's different things. A style. I was talking about the style earlier. So photorealistic is a style. Cinematic is a style. Fantasy world setting that's kind of like, I don't know, like a cartoon quality movie is a style. So, there's a lot to learn about image generation prompts. But again, I'm going to link some resources for y'all in the video description. When you log in, you're going to be greeted with a video library made by users of the platform. This is pretty common to all of these image generation websites, and I like it because it does make it easy to find. You literally just scroll down and you're looking at the most recent images people have created, and sometimes you're able to filter by likes or when somebody posted, and that way the image gallery is usually changing. The thing that I like about Night Cafe is, again, they have chats going on. You've got messages over here. I've got dice up at the top. And what the dice tell me is, here's a daily contest. So if I want to earn free daily credits for use on Night Cafe, I need to participate in their daily challenges to earn points. So you just click on that. I think these are voting. Yeah, usually it's some daily vote to see who's doing well that day, or maybe there's a theme type vote where we see here. My notifications here, you can get a notification if somebody likes your image. You'll see that. You'll see who it was. Maybe you go check out their gallery. And then you are able to claim daily free credits. So I'm going to claim my free credits right there. I've got 5, and I'm just kind of building up. So you can earn 5 per day. And when you generate new images in Night Cafe, you're using daily credits. And then earning badges, what that's about is that's kind of like an incentive to learn about the website. They call it mastering Night Cafe. And so you're just going down, you're referring friends, you're liking stuff. There's different activities, as you can see here on the screen. This image of this flower looks pretty photorealistic, so let's take a look at it and see what the prompt was. All right, it's a close-up of a simple transparent peach and black flower with water droplets on it. I mean, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to like that for that person. And just like I showed in Ideagram, all of these image generators have the ability for you to look at the prompt and then either copy it or directly click on the image to, take it into a generator, and it'll pull over the existing prompt. So let's take a stab at it with this one and see what we come up with. I'm going to move up here to duplicate. When I do that, it takes me to my own page where I can then either keep the prompt or modify it. And I have a choice to either duplicate or change the prompt. And I can change the prompt down here towards the middle. So some of these generators have what they call a model, and the model helps to render the kind of image you're looking for. And you'll see in Night Cafe and as well as in Leonardo AI that there's different models we can choose from. And based on that, we get a different type of image. We're going to change the color of the flower to red and yellow and see just what the difference is. All right, not bad, not bad. Okay, so our animation is here in the bottom. Let's see how long it lasts. I published it to the public gallery, and we'll see how many likes I end up getting. All right, now we're on to Leonardo AI. And Leonardo and Ideagram are really considered the two leaders of the pack, particularly in the free image generation space. So all of these image generation sites are generally what we would think of as PG-13 for the public galleries. Here we've got a picture of a poodle in some kind of colorful outfit with sunglasses. Looks pretty cool, looks pretty lifelike. So we want to take a look, see what the prompt is. One of the best ways to learn about prompts in these image generation sites is to scroll the public gallery, find images that appeal to you, and then look at the prompts. And when you're looking at the prompts, look how they're structured. Look what they say. Look how descriptive they are. And pay attention to any details. So we have this one. It's a colorful background with a large graffiti and very colorful neon light advertisements with a small white poodle character dressed in the urban style of a very colorful and eye-catching American rapper with his hair dyed in rainbow style, high quality HD photography. Very vivid and realistic, attracts the viewer's attention. The expression and appearance of the poodle is very sweet, happy with the shine of a television star, and is adorable and dressed very elegantly. I have to say that I've seen very detailed great looking images that come from very simple prompts. And then I've seen a lot of the more old school people that go into these really long, detailed, super descriptive prompts like what we read here. And there really isn't a right or wrong way to approach this. Okay, there's a long list of negative prompts over here. And what it is with negative prompts is you're telling the AI image generator what you don't want to see in it. So this guy's got no elongated neck, no deformed body parts. He's got a whole lot of stuff in here he doesn't want to see in the image. And so the AI will take that and it doesn't follow it to a T, but it'll try to use it as a guiding point. So we'll remix this image, and the only change that I'm going to make to the prompt is that we're going to make him like an American rock star in a leather jacket. We're going to leave all the rest of the prompt the same, and we'll see what we come up with. One thing I want to point your attention to in Leonardo AI is you get 150 credits a day, and depending on the kind of image you generate, it can be as low as 1 credit or 3 credits or 5 up to like 25 credits. All right, so we do get a rock star, but the poodle tongue looks a little crazy. The image on the right was a little bit more what I was looking for in my prompt, which was an urban rock star type poodle with sunglasses that are tinted and a black leather jacket. So I'd say I hit right on the money right there with that one. It cost me 7 tokens to make. I made some earlier. So, I mean, I've made 4 images today, decent quality. I've still got 133 credits left to burn. So if I were to rank these image generators, I would rank Ideagram first, Leonardo second, and NightCafe third. And the reason that I would do that is because, one, I'm rating on image quality. Ideagram is number 1. Leonardo is a very close number 2. The second factor that I'm rating on is ease of use. And so Ideagram is just easy to use. Leonardo is a little more complex. You've got more options. But if you go in and you use the examples that you see from the artist community, you can learn really quick what settings to pick or not pick. And you can learn about how to develop your prompts very quickly. NightCafe has a good community, but there's a lot going on in that website. There's chats, there's contests, there's so on and so forth. And again, if you want a community feel, that's wonderful. But there's a lot of things that are going on in that NightCafe website that are hard to keep up with. And the other thing is the image quality just doesn't seem to be there compared to Ideagram or Leonardo. So as we wrap up the video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you as a permanent guest. I'll add some resource links in the video description to help you out with prompt guides for all of these sites. If you have comments or questions, be sure to post them in the video. The next video in our digital media series will be related to AI music and sound. So stay tuned for that one. I hope you'll visit us again, and thanks for watching.